Frank is gonna follow. As soon as we get there, he's gonna credential. How do you order this? Our assessment system is bad, and nothing's gonna happen. Let's see how we're gonna go ahead and keep Frank away for a few minutes. Get Jim on the phone. Get him on our side. Have him call Kurt. And make it seem like Cape Canaveral is asking for a flight-ready review. Jim can make everyone concerned about the temperature.
This is a farce. We're engineers. We're not...
No. I'm not engineers. We're people. They're emotional people.
Okay, well, thanks for the psychology lesson, Professor. Right now, I'm more interested in rockets exploding.
Did it ever occur to you that your interpersonal skills may have hindered your ability to convince your coworkers?
If that isn't the understatement,
Your interpersonal skills.
is this guy the best you've got? I was right.
When you were in engineering school, you didn't make you show them.
What does that have to do with anything?
Did they make you show them your work when you were solving problems and analyzing data? You're going to show your work, Peter. But it's not good enough to just say you were right. Anyone can make a prediction. It's going to rain. I want to know how you do it. And I want to know how you do that. Because maybe the problem wasn't with their understanding. Maybe the problem was with how it was going to. So how exactly did you maneuver yourself through the chain of command to get the new information?
How do we get the tape on the phone without Frank knowing about it? Oh, I live in my house. Yeah, I thought you said Carl was on my side.
Why don't we just take Frank to the recovery facility? Show him the slip. What? That'll work. And then you could just go ahead and think of a way to break off and go to your office.
I'm not playing games.
Think of a good reason to break off. See if we get going on.
Bill had a way to do.
And did you agree with Bill?
Okay, fellas. We're going to the recovery facility. Does fluorocarbon elastomer work better or worse than freezing temperatures?
What is fluoroelastomer?
It's the seal, and no, rubber-like substances do not work better in freezing cold.
Exactly. Cold rubber doesn't seal as well. I want us to go.
What difference do a few degrees make about anything?
Dean, does water freeze at 33 degrees?
No, it does not. But it does at 32.
Right.
And it can affect
You
our
guys
fluorocarbon
are
elastics.
Help me understand why you weren't taking the advice of your problem assessment specialist.
Who, Frank? Are you kidding me? You should be asking me why didn't everyone take my advice?
You're not going to convince me to put everyone's jobs here in jeopardy.
That's a theory.
That's
You
what
can't
I
even
come up with.
Maybe you should have done your actual job. Now it's time for the smart guys to do their job. You're willing to kill people for jobs?
I'm not the problem.
I've just about had enough of it. Guys, relax. Okay, we have to get to the bottom of this. It may be uncomfortable, but you need to tell me the truth.
Hey! Where's he going?
I think you forgot something in his office. Did you forget something in your office? No!
If the recovery boats come in, they want to know what that means.
It means our rockets will get lost in the Atlantic Ocean. Those things are expensive. We better not lose them. Is that option on the table?
They want to know what this will mean to NASA. Can't you just pick it up off the bottom?
What kind of a question is that? Tell the recovery boats to remain out at sea and get those rockets when they splash down.
Boats can't stay out there in the wind. We need you to figure the cost for your company if we launch with no recovery boats.
See if NASA can figure this out then. If you want 24 launches in a year, you can only do that with reusable parts. If the parts get lost in the Atlantic Ocean, wait, too windy. It's too windy for boats to be on the water, but not too windy to launch the shuttle.
We're trying to get through this launch before thinking about making recoveries to supply the next one.
If the boats come back in now, they won't be able to make it back out for the launch.
The boats are already headed back.
So, we're going to lose a billion asset.
That's right.
Excuse me?
What is he doing? Huh? Huh? Get the flight engineer on the phone now. This is Adam with the team that built the solid rocket boosters, and I have important information regarding a catastrophic failure of a shuttle launch due to the primary and secondary O-rings. Get him on the phone.
Are you talking to Kurt? Huh?
Jim Witt, go.
Jim, you have about 30 seconds to get Kurt on the phone and convince him to call a meeting between NASA and our company to discuss the impending catastrophic failure of the primary and secondary O-rings due to the cold temperature of our scheduled launch time. You better hurry.
You better hold on because it gets worse.
What do you mean it gets worse? What can be worse than a catastrophic failure?
Transfer me over to Kurt.
I don't know how to do that. The girl that does the phones is gone for the day.
Just hit transfer receiver, then extension 304.
Okay, here.
Great.
So you want to play this, huh? Like a junior high playground? Can we all just take a breath and talk about this? No! The time for talking is over. It looks like I'm going to have to single-handedly save the space program.
Space program? Did you even hear yourself?
What good is a space program that never launches into space?
Kurt, we are having some major issues regarding the launch tomorrow morning, and we need to set up a meeting with Marshall, Kennedy, and our company.
Temperature needs to be discussed as well as our recovery of the SRBs. Boats are being called back in because of wind, which puts us in jeopardy of losing our assets. That's correct. Yes, sir. We could use some management assistance setting up that meeting ASAP. And Kurt, I want to highly stress that this remain an engineering decision. All right. Thank you.
I knew that dark side shit, dark side, brainiac.
Okay. Here's what we're gonna do.
The resource
We're gonna
pack
get a
is
meeting
back.
with Kennedy Space Center and Marshall Space Flight Center on a conference call. We're gonna convince them to push the launch window a little bit. We need to get those boats out there and recover our rockets. Now, what's the argument with the temperature?
It's inconclusive.
No, it's not.
The temperature is outside of our experience data, and you know we have been getting erosion and blow-by.
It isn't the worst at a lower temperature.
Yes, it is.
Not with erosion.
What's the difference, gentlemen?
Erosion means that the rubber hull seal is being eaten away. Blow-by is the exhaust that actually gets past.
And it's the blow-by that gets worse at the lower temperatures. The lower the temperature, the more the rocket exhaust passes right past the seals. The greater the blow-by, the greater the chance of secondary seal failure. Secondary seal failure equals catastrophic failure. Okay. We are going to argue for a launch delay. We are all going to be in agreement, Frank. Now, NASA is pushing for a launch, even though it could cost us our rockets. The engineering. We need to push because of the engineering. There is more at play here, Adam, than the engineering. The dang media is pushing and pushing, so much so that NASA stares down the barrel of another national embarrassment, especially after the handling and all the delays. Who cares? Who cares? The people who pay the bills care.
The taxpayers.
Yeah, right. The Department of Defense pays the bills so their satellites can catch a ride into orbit. And the DOD wants what they paid for. If they don't get what they paid for, they'll just go somewhere else.
Hell yeah, all four.
Maybe NASA and the DOD think it's time to invest in a new horse. Especially if this horse can't get them where they want to go. You think it's an engineering problem, but it's not. It's an economic problem.
We are need to launch or not to launch? Yes, economics is a factor. I thoroughly agree. However, the five of us believe temperature is the best argument. If NASA's loss is not greater than our loss of the rockets, then the economic argument will not work. However, if they're concerned about the loss of their shuttle in an even more embarrassing incident, then we should argue in the best interest of their success. If we delay a few hours, temperature goes up, right, Adam?
Yes.
And the rocket gets launched, right, Frank?
Yes.
And our ships have a better shot at recovering our SRBs, right, Kurt?
Absolutely.
It seems to me we have no other choice in the matter.
It seems we have no choice.
Sir, let us put together an argument. We want to help the company, NASA, the DOD, everyone.
You have exactly 45 minutes to get a presentation. 45 minutes. As soon as his sentence is done, I am picking up that phone, calling them, and setting the meeting.
How are we supposed to get this prepped in 45 minutes?
Get him out of
Kurt,
here.
this is a complex technical issue. We need more than 45 minutes.
Mr. Nelson,
How are we supposed to put together a complex technical presentation, send it across America so Utah, Alabama, and Florida can all see it all within 45 measly minutes?
you got the win.
Oh, and what was all that about the economics?
Adam, NASA's never gone against the contractor's recommendation. We get the meeting. We tell them we don't want the launch. They don't negate us. We win.
Let's just throw some stuff together and get the launch delayed. And get to work on this thing, you know? Get it launched eventually so we can have jobs.
If we do a halfway decent job, we will be just fine.
Oh, in 45 minutes.
Starting to think this was a bad idea.
Why don't you just go home for the night?
No, we need everyone working.
I used to think you only cared about being right.
That's right.
Now I only think you care about being at odds with everyone.
What you think doesn't matter.
I think what you think matters.
What if we're chasing a ghost here, huh? A madman's imagination. Why do we have to participate in this death spiral?
Because I'm the one who's right.
Yes, it's you.
That's right, says me.
I'm out. Edwin, we need you.
I don't need this.
Ed, you have to look past the argument, the numbers, and the data, and forward, and see the man. All right, sometimes he doesn't get it. He doesn't care about you. He doesn't care about me. Hell, I don't even think he cares about the engineering. But I do know he cares about this. He cares about being right. And that's what I trust, and that's the truth. We gotta get past his little show.
I trust him. Yeah, trust everyone.
Wish I had another day.
What if he's wrong?
What if he's right?
What if he's wrong?
What if he's right?
Well, why is this our problem all of a sudden? If we're wrong and we stop a launch for no reason, if we're right and we stop a launch another launch, we lose. It's lose-lose.
Because we are the only people on the planet who know we don't know. That there might possibly be, maybe, a problem.
That's the right thing to do.
It's time to move.
So split up. 5 minutes yes. 15 minutes short, 15 minutes short, and 15 minutes to spend off. That's 50 minutes. We have to move fast and fast. We have to handle our charts. Agreed. They're going to want a lot of statistics. So you have to meet down and do everything with you.
How do we make a presentation to people in 3 different parts of the country in just under 40 minutes?
It's 1986. We are rocket scientists. We work with NASA. We are going to fax it.
Damn.
What are you going to do when you return to space? I don't know, but I do know that this was
Damn.
I couldn't say no to. It's really going to space and help school children learn and be more interested in learning. That's what I'm really looking forward to right now. At first, I was nervous about what it would mean for my family and my husband, my kids, my teaching career, but now I'm just looking forward to the adventure ahead. You know, the great unknown. Not necessarily space, but life. You think it's really sunk in yet? You're going into space? No, absolutely not. I still can't believe that I was chosen for this. You know, 50,000 people applied. I still remember putting my letter into the mailbox and thinking, there are so many other people doing the exact same thing right now. We were all alike that day. We all thought, this is me, I have a chance at this. And then it was me. And it's like winning the lottery, being able to go into space and blasting off in the shuttle. And I just feel like I'm taking everyone here on Earth up there with me. Are you afraid at all? No, I don't think so. Who knows, though, when we're actually strapped in and these massive rockets are blasting us off into space? And that does sound kind of scary. But I have the utmost confidence in the thousands of people who make all of this happen. You know, these days, spaceflight is very safe.
You know, recently NASA's had a few delays. How, if at all, has that affected the crew mentally?
It's definitely been interesting. We get so excited about finally taking this mission, and then it's delayed. But I know that the engineers and everybody else involved are doing what they need to do to make it safe as possible. So I have full confidence in what they're doing and the decisions they make. If it needed to be postponed, then, you know, for our safety or for whatever reason they thought, then that's something that I think we're all okay with.
You know, at some point in everyone's life, they dream of being an astronaut. And you would be one. Are you having fun? Has this been a fun experience?
Oh yeah, so much fun. I love everyone I work with. Mandy Scobie is a solid, unstoppable man. Mike and Allison are the hardest working, smartest people you will ever meet. And Ron and Greg they make us laugh nonstop. Judy and I have a lot of fun together, and we really have to rely on one another.
Sounds like an amazing team.
Oh, it is. I mean, all the way from the very top of NASA down to the guys who crew, to the engineers in between who make sure that this is as safe as possible. And all these people involved are what make it such an amazing experience. And it's so much joy getting to be a part of all of it.
Damn.
All the students, and even the students at the elementary and the middle school that go to my high school.
There we go. Got her over there.
Watching. And I'm just so excited to be there to wave at the cameras and see them and, you know, let them see that your dreams can come true. I mean, who would have thought that I've been fighting who's going to space?
Go ahead and get this table out here.
Shit, is that one.
All sauces. Well, we did the erosion chart for SDS 51B. It is 51B.
51A and 16. I saw them in one of the brown folders.
Which one?
One of them, I'm not sure.
I need all the FRM recoveries to go.
Go?
That'll go in.
Should we separate the soot levels from the erosion? No. I want to see correlation.
Should we make a little summary of all the findings?
Wait. We need 51A, 51G, and 51F.
I comes after that.
I after that. Why can't these be in order? We call them challenges, discovery, and then the number.
Well, because they didn't all go in consecutive order. They're all mixed up. It just get even more confusing.
Right, more confusing. Does anyone else find it funny that we use labels like 51L and 61A up to number 13?
I think so. And blame it on Apollo. I'm missing another launch from October. I've got the 30th.
485.
85.
Anyone have October not 30th, 1985? Anyone? Somebody talk to me. Adam, get your head in the game. Adam.
You've never been more wrong about anything. I get this more than you know.
Hey, let me hand with these drawings, okay?
You know he's our best shot.
It takes exactly 9 minutes to get it together. You better.
As a matter of fact, all of us need to throw some cold water on our kitchen before we go in there.
Agreed. When you prepared for the telecom meeting, had anything changed in your plan to approach your higher-ups? No.
Hey.
Hey, how's it going over there?
Well, I got what I wanted. Just not the way I wanted.
Is it the temperature?
Yes.
Or from the last time?
Yes.
Shit, I forgot about that motherfucker.
What's next? What do you have right in front of you that you have to do right now?
Stand up and go into the conference room.
And then what?
Make sure everyone has the right documents.
Then what?
I'll check the temperature correlations to blow-by and seal index.
Good. You can do this.
Oh shit. Yeah. Let's see something. 18. Oh shit.
9 through 20. Yes, there are 2 seals on each joint. Now, we have seen the primary seal breached in the past. And we've all discussed the primary seal being compromised.
Get the Chevy employee discount for everyone. The Chevy price you pay is what we pay. Use your Chevy employee discount for everyone to get a total value of over $11,800 on this Silverado All-Star. Get the Chevy employee discount for everyone today.
What?
And we have all concluded that this is an acceptable level of failure if we are confident the second seal will hold. We are unsure the secondary seal will hold at these temperatures. We know that we don't know. Never has a contractor spoken more truly. Well, thank you, Marshall. You try to keep a handle on things. I'm not as good as you guys.
We have enough time to make jokes, but we don't have enough time to fix seals. If seals are a problem, then why aren't they in the problem assessment system documents we have here? And why are we just hearing about it now tonight?
Yeah, I'm going to let our problem assessment expert handle that one.
Because it looks to me like that we left them off the docket.
Because it was fixed?
No, sir. Because they were always on there.
I don't understand. So you're saying we took a problem of the problem assessment system because it's still a problem?
We all agreed that these
Damn.
problems were clearing up the PAS. No one was looking at it. And the things that we took off were...
Damn, that's what Hard's team have played and beat.
Seems like, what's that main SEAL guy's name?
Adam.
Seems like Adam thinks the problem isn't fixed.
We all agreed the problem was acceptable.
We've never launched a shuttle below 53 degrees, and we are moving into the coldest launch in NASA's history.
So you're changing the launch criteria from 40 degrees to 53 degrees the night before the launch.
We're saying this is our data limitation.
When we run tests and squeeze the rubber, look at page 38. When we squeeze it at 100 degrees and let it off the pressure, we never lose contact. But at 50 degrees, when we let off the pressure, it takes a few minutes for the rubber to spring back into place. Your test does not represent reality. The O-rings are constantly under pressure. Your conclusion is not logical. It is logical. It proves that the fluorocarbon elastomer rubber is absolutely affected by temperature. If we lose the seal for 1/10 of a second, the hot firing gases could blow by the seal and erode the O-ring, which we have seen happen. And if a secondary backup O-ring does the same thing and is compromised, that's the ball game.
We've seen blow-by on STS-61A also. It's page 4.
It says here that the launch went off at 75 degrees and you got blow-by. I just don't understand how you can determine temperature is the deciding factor.
Yeah, I'd like to answer that one, please. I just don't understand how you don't understand that the cold makes rubber harder and less flexible.
It's warm, there's blow-by. It's cold, there's blow-by. It's warm, there's erosion. It's cold, there's erosion. It doesn't seem to matter what temperature it is.
Yeah, if you just look at it with a rudimentary pass-fail, then yes, they both give blow-by. If you get scientific about it, at colder temperatures, the soot from the blow-by is jet black. At 75 degrees, the soot from the blow-by is light gray and spotty. I examined them myself. Now, if you can't see the difference, I can't help you. We have seen primary seal failure in the past. And if you see primary seal failure, then there's a high probability of secondary seal failure within the first second of ignition when the rocket flexes at the joint. And it will flex. And when the seals are compromised, you get blow-by. The blow-by erodes the seals, and that's when you have rocket flames shooting out the side instead of the bottom.
And you have never seen secondary backup seal failure.
Actually, we have. STS-61B, the secondary O-ring suffered 12% erosion.
So why wasn't that the ball game, Bill?
What do you mean?
Well, you said earlier that if we had secondary seal failure, it would be the ball game. This hasn't happened before.
Just because we've done it once doesn't mean we can do it again. We did it by the skin of our teeth.
Is this how we're going to keep going? Like a child who runs out into the road and nothing happens. He says, see, I'm just fine. They just keep on running out into the road and the parents do nothing. Oh. So you're the parent. Someone has to be. I just can't believe it is a function of temperature. The data is inconclusive. I can't accept this train of thought.
If you take a look at the synopsis, we should not launch with an O-ring temperature below 53 degrees Fahrenheit. It shouldn't matter that we've skirted disaster in the past.
The odds will catch up with us eventually.
Quantify your results.
Quantify?
What is the probability of primary and secondary O-ring failure?
I don't understand your question.
Quantify.
How do you quantify a train is coming? You look down the tracks and you see a train is coming.
I'm telling you to do it. Quantify your results.
No, I can't. I can't do that with this data. I can only work with the data in front of me. You're giving me oranges and asking me to bake you an apple pie. I can't do that. What I can quantify with 100% accuracy is that right now we are moving away from the direction of goodness. I don't understand this conversation. The facts don't lie. I don't understand how you can see the facts and they don't convince you. Cold rubber doesn't lie. Recovered rockets don't lie. Burned up, charred up O-rings don't lie. I'm right about this. I am. You hired me to do a job, and by God, I'm gonna do it. And I don't care if it ruins me, or you, or NASA, or anybody else. You get me?
So what do you think, Pat?
I am appalled that you would dare to make such a recommendation and change the flight criteria the night before a launch.
Look here. It is expected to be 29 to 39 degrees tomorrow. Even your high temperature is outside of our data experience. Haven't you been getting ice already?
Fine. I'm not going to go against a contractor's assessment.
When do you want me to launch? Next April? I can't go against the contractor's recommendation to stop the launch.
Pat? Jim? This has to be an engineering decision, not program or management.
Kurt, you want to give us a final?
Can you give us about 5 minutes, please?
Yes.
Thank you.
This is so backwards.
Generating new launch criteria the night before you launch, that's backwards.
I suspect our guys are gathering more data, running numbers to come up with a more accurate temperature launch window.
Whatever they're doing, they had better come back with a way to quantify their recommendation.
What was that? So now we have to prove that something doesn't work?
Instead of having to prove that it does work? Yeah, absolutely.
We need to make a management decision. We can't do that. Please, look at the chart in front of you. If they say nothing, it doesn't show you our uncertainty. We cannot guarantee a good seal. I don't know what else to say.
Black soot, look at him. Look at him!
Data's inconclusive.
I wouldn't get on that shuttle tomorrow.
You're not an astronaut.
That's right, I'm not an astronaut. Their lives are in our hands. Would you get on that shuttle?
No risk. And that's not our concern.
What?
What kind of a man are you? Adam, how dare you play with human life like that? Who do you think you are, God? Huh? You think you get to decide who lives and who dies? This is despicable is what this is. You're a weak, spineless man who won't give these poor souls a chance. So what? So we can keep our stupid job and make an extra buck or two? Huh? You're willing to drive right up to the edge of the cliff just to see how close you can get without falling off? You're gonna fall off tomorrow. I tell you what, why don't you put on one of those pretty blue costumes and a helmet? Drag yourself down that cage with a bomb strapped under it, huh?
Better yet, why don't you invite your wife or your daughter? This is not a management decision.
Damn.
NASA, we took a second look at our data and we've determined that it is inconclusive. Our recommendation is to launch.
Hmm.
Are there any disagreements?
Ready to go.
Why didn't you speak up after that? Why did you stay silent? You guys are the engineers. You should have said something. I don't know what to say to that. It's exactly why you need our help to get through this. These questions are going to come up. You need to have an answer.
Can you fax over a flight recommendation to get signed?
Right away.
Hmm. Alrighty. What else?
Please, sign this.
Oh, no.
We need someone from your company to sign this.
I'm not signing that.
Can we have someone from your end sign a flight recommendation and fax it over, please?
Right away.
The recovery boats coming back in was enough to scrap the launch. The wind was enough to scrap the launch. The ice was enough to scrap the launch, let alone your contractor's safety concerns. If something happens tomorrow, I wouldn't want to be the one to stand up in front of some board of inquisition and give testimony as to why I chose to launch against the qualifications and recommendations of my engineers.
Hmm. Alrighty. No shit. Boom. Damn. I don't have time to wait for new fucking things to come out. Oh, okay, that's what that does. The Lion King.
T-minus 10 seconds.
Ernest goes to school.
T-minus 45 seconds and counting. The solid rocket booster flight instrumentation recorders have gone into the record mode. Coming up on the 32nd point in our countdown, the SRB hydraulic power units have started.
Oh shit.
21 seconds, and the solid rocket booster is now underway. T-minus 15 seconds. T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. We have the main engine start. 4, 3,
2.
and liftoff. Liftoff from the 25th Space Shuttle mission, and it has cleared the tower.
So 130, fuck.
Throttling up, 3 engines now at 104%. Challenger, go with throttle up. Challenger, go with throttle up. 1 minute 15 seconds. Velocity 2,900 feet per second. Altitude 9 nautical miles. Downrange distance 7 nautical miles.
He was right. Motherfuckers. Damn.
You know, the investigation turned up the fact that some of them survived the initial explosion. Some of the safety switch protocols have been activated.
Shit.
Did they die on impact? Did they drown? Did they suffocate? Guess it doesn't matter. No. Never met a single one. This is a tragedy. A true tragedy. One our nation will not soon forget. I think we have to remember it's a risky business.
It is. But you know what? I'm really getting kind of sick of hearing that.
Since we had
Reagan to comfort us, though, huh?
today is a day for mourning and remembering. We know we share this pain with all of the people of our country. This is truly a national loss. The families of the seven, we cannot bear as you do the full impact. That's a big tragedy. But we feel the loss.
No.
We love you so very much. I've always had great faith in and respect for our space program. What happened today has nothing to diminish it. We don't hide our space program. We don't keep secrets and cover things up. We do it all up front and in public. That's the way freedom is, and we wouldn't change it for a minute. We'll continue our quest in space. There will be more shuttle flights and more shuttle crews, and yes, more volunteers, more civilians, more teachers in space. Nothing ends here. We will never forget them, nor the last time we saw them, this morning, as they prepared for their journey and waved goodbye, and slipped the surly bonds of earth to touch the face of God. Thank you.
What are you doing?
Get rid of this thing.
Why? Adam, can you just wait just 1 second?
I'm gonna make something to eat. I'll be back on a little bit later.
You don't have to
So if you get on site, let me, you know what I mean? I'll be back on.
The reports, the
Alright, bro.